Welcome to Crimes Beyond Borders, where we'll bring you the most thrilling true crime stories every single day. If you're fascinated by mystery, intrigue, and the darker side of human nature, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we unravel the most shocking and perplexing criminal cases from around the world. The story is about to begin after this intro.
From city streets to far off lands, mystery slipping through our hands. Crimes beyond borders they speak, voices strong but words are meek. Every story leaves a mark, whispers softly in the dark.
Our stories at first are made for ourselves, to comfort us, to help us sleep, and to learn. Along the way, they become a part of our journey, teaching us English and fueling our passion for true crime. So, listen carefully, and if you're about to sleep, close your eyes. Let's begin.
The Springfield Three is one of the most perplexing, unsolved missing persons cases in American history. On June 7, 1992, three women, 47-year-old Sherrill Levitt, her 19-year-old daughter Suzie Streeter, and 18-year-old Stacy McCall, vanished from Sherrill's home in Springfield, Missouri. With no signs of a struggle and few concrete leads, their disappearance has confounded investigators and amateur sleuths alike for over 3 decades. This deep dive explores the timeline of events, the evidence, and the many theories surrounding this mysterious case. Who were the Springfield Three? Sherrill Levitt was a 47-year-old cosmetologist. Described as hardworking and independent, Sherrill had recently purchased a modest home in Springfield where she lived with her daughter Suzie. Suzie Streeter, 19, was Sherrill's outgoing and artistic daughter. She had recently graduated from high school and was known for her vibrant personality. Stacy McCall, 18, was Suzie's close friend. Also a recent graduate, Stacy was described as kind, reliable, and excited about her future. The three women were last seen together at Sherrill's home after celebrating Suzie and Stacy's high school graduation. Timeline of events. June 6, 1992, the graduation celebration. Evening, Suzie Streeter and Stacy McCall attended multiple graduation parties with friends. They initially planned to stay overnight at a friend's house, but changed their plans and decided to sleep at Suzie's home instead. Late night, the pair arrived at Sherrill Levitt's house at approximately 2:15 a.m. on June 7th. Suzie's red Mitsubishi was parked in the driveway, and Stacy parked her car nearby. June 7, 1992, the day of the disappearance. Morning. Friends began calling and visiting Sherrill's house when Stacy and Suzie failed to show up for plans at a water park. One of the visitors noticed all three women's cars parked outside. Despite this, no one answered the door. Inside the home, friends eventually entered the unlocked house. They found the women's personal belongings, including purses, wallets, and keys, undisturbed. The television was left on, and Suzie and Stacy's clothes from the night before were neatly folded. Sherrill's bed appeared slept in. Strange detail. A broken porch light cover was discovered on the front steps. One of the friends unknowingly cleaned up the glass, potentially compromising evidence. Phone call. A bizarre message was left on Sherrill's answering machine, believed to be a prank call. The message was accidentally deleted before police could investigate further. Evening, Sherrill, Suzie, and Stacy were officially reported missing. Despite an extensive search of the home and surrounding area, no immediate evidence pointed to what happened. The investigation, the crime scene. Detectives found no signs of forced entry or a struggle, leading them to believe the women either knew their abductor or willingly allowed someone inside. The lack of disturbance in the home deepened the mystery. Early leads. The green van. Multiple witnesses reported seeing a suspicious green van in the neighborhood around the time of the disappearance. One witness claimed to see a man driving a similar van with a blonde woman in the passenger seat, crying for help. Despite efforts, the van was never located or definitively linked to the case. Investigators believe the deleted answering machine message might have contained vital clues. Some theorize it was left by the perpetrator. Search efforts. Authorities launched a massive search operation, canvassing the neighborhood, nearby woods, and local waterways. Despite widespread media coverage and the distribution of thousands of flyers, no trace of the women was ever found. Theories and suspect: foul play. The most widely accepted theory is that the women were abducted by someone they knew or a stranger with malicious intent. The lack of signs of a struggle suggests the women may have been lured from the home or coerced into leaving willingly. Robert Craig Cox, a convicted kidnapper and murderer, became a person of interest in the late 1990s. He had been living in Springfield at the time of the disappearance and worked as a utility repairman, potentially giving him access to the neighborhood. Cox has hinted at knowing what happened to the women, but has refused to provide specific details. Investigators have been unable to tie him definitively to the case. 3. Human trafficking. Some theorists suggest the women were targeted by traffickers. Sherrill, Suzie, and Stacy were all blonde and fit a specific profile that might have made them targets. However, there is no direct evidence supporting this theory. 4. Buried under a parking garage. In 2007, investigators received a tip suggesting the women's remains were buried under a parking garage built shortly after their disappearance. Ground-penetrating radar detected 3 anomalies beneath the concrete. Despite public pressure, authorities have not excavated the site, citing lack of concrete evidence to justify the expense and effort. 5. Mistaken identity or random attack. Another possibility is that the women were victims of a random attack or mistaken identity. The quiet neighborhood and the timing of the incident, early morning hours, might have made them easy targets. Impact on the community. The disappearance of the Springfield Three deeply affected the small, close-knit community of Springfield, Missouri. Fear and unease quickly spread as residents grappled with the idea that 3 women could vanish, and heightened awareness and precautions. Many locals became more vigilant, locking doors and windows even during the day, a precaution that was less common before the incident. Parents grew more protective of their children, worried about the possibility of an abductor in their midst. Distrust and speculation. The lack of resolution created an air of mistrust within the community. Rumors and speculations about suspects and motives ran rampant, further dividing opinions on the case. The incident also highlighted gaps in investigative techniques and resources for handling such complex cases in smaller communities. The Springfield Three became a haunting local legend, with the unresolved mystery continuing to cast a shadow over the area. Legacy and media attention. The case of the Springfield Three has garnered significant attention over the years, evolving from a local tragedy to a nationally recognized mystery, documentaries. The case has been featured on shows like Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted, which help bring national exposure and generate new tips. True crime documentaries and specials have revisited the case, dissecting the timeline, theories, and suspects to reignite public interest. True crime community, podcasts, blogs, and online forums have played a major role in keeping the case alive. Amateur sleuths have analyzed evidence, debated theories, and even uncovered overlooked details. Social media platforms continue to circulate the story, introducing it to younger generations and sustaining public interest. Inspiration for crime fiction. The story has also inspired fictional portrayals in books and TV shows, blending real-life elements with fictionalized narratives, though these have occasionally been criticized for sensationalizing the tragedy. The ongoing fascination with the Springfield Three highlights the enduring impact of unsolved mysteries and the collective desire for justice and closure. Recent developments. Despite the passage of time, the Springfield Three case remains active. Occasional tips and technological advances provide glimmers of hope that the mystery may one day be solved. Cold Case Review. In 2020, police announced a renewed investigation using modern techniques such as DNA analysis. Advances in forensic science have enabled the re-examination of evidence collected at the time of the disappearance. Digital databases. Investigators are leveraging improved databases to recheck fingerprints and other forensic evidence. Although no significant breakthroughs have been reported, the review demonstrates the ongoing commitment to solving the case. Public appeals. Authorities periodically appeal to the public, urging anyone with information, no matter how minor, to come forward. Over the years, thousands of tips have been received, though many lead to dead ends. The parking garage theory. The suggestion that the women's remains may lie under a Springfield parking garage continues to generate debate. Despite ground-penetrating radar indicating possible anomalies beneath the concrete, law enforcement has not approved excavation, citing insufficient evidence to warrant such measures. Family and community advocacy. The families of Sherrill Levitt, Suzie Streeter, and Stacy McCall remain vocal in their pursuit of answers. Their dedication keeps the case in the public eye, fueling ongoing media coverage and community interest. While recent developments have yet to provide a resolution, advancements in forensic technology and public awareness offer a faint but persistent hope that the truth will emerge. Conclusion. The disappearance of Sherrill Levitt, Suzie Streeter, and Stacy McCall remains one of the most unsettling and mysterious unsolved cases in American history. Over 3 decades later, their fate is still unknown, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and enduring heartbreak for their families and the Springfield community. Key unanswered questions. What happened in the early hours of June 7, 1992 that led to their disappearance? Who was responsible and why? Could modern investigative methods provide a breakthrough in the case? The Springfield Three case serves as a chilling reminder of how quickly lives can be altered and mysteries can deepen. Despite the lack of resolution, the case has spurred discussions on community safety, missing persons investigations, and the persistent hope for justice. The families and advocates for the Springfield Three continue to keep their memory alive, ensuring that the world never forgets Sherrill Levitt, Suzie Streeter, and Stacy McCall. As advances in technology and investigative techniques evolve, there remains hope that one day the truth will come to light, bringing much-needed closure to those affected by this haunting mystery.
The story has come to an end, but stay relaxed. If you feel yourself drifting off to sleep, just let the video play and enjoy the soothing music in the background. Let it guide you gently into rest. We'll be here, bringing you more stories every night. Sleep well, and see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Shut curtains drawn tight, lonely figures melt in the night. Echoes fade out of sight, moonlight bathes the world in fright. Ticking clocks, relentless sound. Time slips when danger's around. In the shadows, lost and found, haunting silence so profound. Flickering lamps dimly glow, secrets hidden where few will go. In the half-light, truth begins to show. Unseen forces pull and tow. Windows shut, curtains drawn tight, lonely figures melt in the night. Echoes fade out of sight, moonlight bathes the world in sticking posters on crumbling walls, telling tales of forbidden calls. Into the night, someone falls.